Hey everybody, it's Tubbs from Tubbs Plays Games, back with another review. Today we're taking a look at Moon Colony Bloodbath. Moon Colony Bloodbath is a simultaneous deck building, engine builder, tableau builder for 1 to 5 players. It plays in about 45 minutes and was designed by Donald X. Vaccarino and published by Rio Grande Games. In Moon Colony Bloodbath, players play as managers of a colony on the moon. Moon life is not all it's cracked up to be, it turns out, and the goal of the game is to be the last moon colony to have any surviving colonists left on it. And now for a closer look at Moon Colony Bloodbath. To begin with, each player will take a player board and add to it 4 money, 4 apples, 30 humans, and also these chits to track your work actions. Players will also take a hand of perk cards for their character. Next, we build our starting progress deck by taking these 4 work cards, which let players take the various work actions on the board, the 2 trouble cards, which will add events to our progress deck, and then 2 randomly selected twist cards. In this case, Mining Fever, which lets you spend 2 apples to mine, and Investments, which lets you gain an extra money for every 4 money that you have. All of these cards are shuffled together and they form the shared progress deck to start the game. Now let's take a look at each of the work actions in detail, starting with the mine action, which allows us to take $4 and add it to our supply. Next up is the farm action, which allows us to take 4 apples and add them to our supply. The research action will allow a player to draw 2 cards from these building card decks. I neglected to mention, you also start with 4 of these at the beginning of the game. The build action allows you to play any one of these building cards into your tableau and resolve any immediate effects that may be on the card as well. And finally, the restock action allows you to take 2 crates from the supply. Crates do need to be placed onto buildings in your tableau. You will take those work actions whenever a work card is flipped over. Whenever a trouble card is flipped over, you will add the next event from the event pile to the top of the deck. And when that event card is then flipped over, you will resolve whatever effect is on that card. A round ends when the last card in the progress deck is flipped over and there are no cards left to flip. At that point, the progress deck is shuffled and we are ready to reset and begin the next round. And now let's take a closer look at the building cards themselves. First of all, this is the cost that it costs to build the building card. This is how many humans the building card is worth, which will be important if you lose all the human tokens on your player board. You can then destroy a building and earn that many human tokens back. This is the effect that the building gives you. This is a permanent effect. And then there is an effect on many cards that if the building is lost, you may do some sort of action. Some building cards also have an effect that happens when you play the card, or some building cards have permanent effects that affect a specific action. So you'll use all of these different building cards to synergize and try to create some sort of tableau. Another type of card for us to take a look at are development cards. Certain building cards will have a effect that says play, add whatever development card, and you would search through this deck. Now I've put this one on the top so we can find it for the development card that it names. In this case, this is repairs minus 1 crate, and you would put this development card on top of the progress deck so that it is the next card to be flipped over. An important thing to note is that all of the building cards that add a development card, it tells you what the effect is on the building card so that you know what you're getting into. There are certain events and buildings that will also trigger adding a robot card to the deck. So let's take a look at those. These robot cards are essentially robots that have kind of gone crazy and will almost always cause a negative effect of some kind. So it's like minus 1 human per building for the player that has the most buildings. Just like all of the other cards, this will get added to the top of the progress deck and then flipped over next to trigger the effect. That covers basically all of the different types of cards in the game and all of the different types of actions you can have. The entire game from that point is just flipping over the next card on top of the shared deck and doing whatever the card says, or taking a work action if the card tells you to. And the last player left alive is the winner. So that is Moon Colony Bloodbath from designer Donald X. Vaccarino and Rio Grande Games. I want to thank Rio Grande for sending me a copy of this game to play with and review. I had been keeping my eye on it since it was announced. I thought the art looked really cool, so I got really interested in it and was very excited to find a copy of it in the care package that they sent me. So this game was a big hit for me. I was warned by a friend about how punishing it can be, which is not to say it's hard, just punishing in that like you have to prepare yourself for the game to tear apart everything you're building. But that's kind of the fun of the game, is just having the deck hit you over and over again and just scrapping to be the last person standing. I think the game would really benefit from like a Doomling style expansion model where they keep putting out packs of cards that you can add to your deck. And I mean, this is the guy that designed Dominion, so like that model works for Dominion. Why wouldn't it work for this? Yeah, and the barrier level to learning this game is super easy because it's nothing. The deck, you explain how everything works, and the deck does the work for you. You just got to follow whatever the cards say. I had a great time. I was the first person to go out in my play of this game, and watching my colony get torn apart was so fun. All I had left at the end was a flag, which is worth no humans, so I couldn't use it to stay afloat. And it was very funny to picture my moon colony just destroyed and a flag waving. Yeah, this is 2 thumbs up for me. I'm excited to try it solo. I'm excited to play it with my wife. I think she'll dig it, and I'm just excited to play it more in general. So thanks again to Rio Grande for sending me a copy. Thank you for watching, and I will look forward to talking to you guys soon. My name is Tubbs, and this is Tubbs Plays Games. Bye.